On this particular question about how women should manage their careers, I could spend probably the whole of your reel of tape because I feel quite passionately about it. The first thing that I would say to particularly younger women is there is no one way to do it. This whole issue that, either you have a family or you don't have a family, that you make a sacrifice, you don't make a sacrifice, there's all sorts of variations. I do think that women have to be comfortable with the fact they may be the main breadwinners, and that's a bit of a shift, but otherwise, there's no rule. In terms of the way that women should be looking and growing their careers are two things. The first is, if you think there's unconscious bias in the room, own it. If you know that somebody thinks that you're too talkative or too aggressive for a woman, just go in and say, I know I can be talkative, but fact is I read a management paper that said that it's really good to speak up, so that's what I do. So instead of feeling like you're a victim, make yourself an actor. The second thing is I think women have a tendency, most women have a tendency to map the job to their skills, and they have an idealized form of what the skills are that are required, and they say, no, I don't have those skills, and so therefore I shouldn't put my hand up. In fact, I think what we need to do more of is mapping our skills to the job. Women need to say to themselves, here's what I do well. Would that make this a more effective job? Would I deliver on the objectives in a more efficient way? Instead of saying, oh, I suspect that they want a quant, I'm not a quant, or I suspect they want somebody who's very alpha, I'm not alpha, because that's not necessarily what will make you the most effective in your role.
As often one ends up by, chance in an opportunity to go along with this career. I started in investment banking and M&A, then moved to leverage finance, and have spent the last 15 years in investing in the credit space. And I've always enjoyed the, multiple of things, but it's a combination of a very analytical work in combination with still a lot of interaction with businesses, with investors. So it has multiple, different characteristics which I enjoy. I would say my advice to women in general would be, I think having mentors, male or female, or sounding boards is always, a very useful thing. And secondly, I would say, I guess women might try to become men, but actually women bring a lot of different skill sets which men might not have. So just being, true to those skills and bringing, a diverse skill set into the job is a very valuable thing, which, one shouldn't shy away from.
I always wanted to be a banker. It was always my dream to be in private markets and be a banker. I was a historian by education. And I find it super exciting and interesting to assess risk in the historical context. And often today I see that history repeats itself. So for me, I became a banker by passion and by interest. Must also say that it's not easy for a woman to progress in a quite male-dominated industry. Trust yourself, believe in yourself, develop yourself every day. No one gets here by smiling and being nice. It's all about developing yourself based on content. And I do feel that leadership is about giving credit to others. It's a teamwork.